Hello. So today I want to share some things that I love about being an introvert. And the first one is being able to be alone and self reliance. I love being comfortable alone and doing things alone. I find it easier when there is less pressure to always have to be with someone or doing things with other people, and that I can just exist on my own. There is a certain freedom in going places alone and doing things alone when you need to or when you want to. There is less planning, and I can go when I feel like it and stay as long as I want to. And I'm able to explore the world through my own eyes and my own and only thoughts. In this way, I can get an unfiltered perception of the world. Of course, there have been moments in my life, especially when I was dealing with pain, loss, and grief, that I could not stand being alone in a quiet room. It would drive me insane. So I never take it for granted that most of the time I feel so comfortable alone because I know how it feels to be hurting so much that it's not even possible. And it's okay, of course, if you're someone who can't be alone or who doesn't want to be alone. Life is not always easy, and I just share what I like right now. And of course, it's okay if someone prefers the opposite. There is no right or wrong. And I still get moments of sadness when I think about certain things or when I'm confronted with something upsetting. Usually it's about some form of loss, and stepping outside for a bit can really help to reduce the feeling. But the fact that these moments are now rare is something I never take for granted. And being able to be alone is important for me. There is a certain power in sharing things and doing things together as well, of course. And some situations are better shared with others. But besides that, not all of us are blessed or lucky to have caring people in our neighborhood or in our life all the time. And I find it helpful to be able to do certain things alone in this world. And also to have some form of self-reliance. Especially as a woman, I find that important. That I'm able to sit with my own emotions and that I'm able to do certain things by myself and for myself. And the second one is resting. I love resting and taking time to recharge. And I also take this seriously. I do my best not to feel bad about needing or wanting lots of rest. And especially in a world that is obsessed with constant productivity or that is seeking constant stimulation, I love that many introverts don't get along with that when they need rest. It can be easy to feel like you should be doing more all the time in this world, but sometimes or even often what I need more is slowing down instead. As an introvert, I accept that I need to have moments where I'm not doing anything or not seeing anyone, not being social. Just taking time to recharge and not being afraid to stay at home if necessary. And not seeing this as something that should be avoided, but something that I can embrace. And I can really appreciate it when other people can pay attention and don't force small talk on me. Like the quiet hairdresser who cuts my hair and doesn't keep on forcing a conversation. And she just lets me sit quietly. I can really appreciate that. I find it difficult to open up to strangers, and even though I know that it doesn't mean much, when they bombard me with lots of personal questions about my job and so forth, but it just feels unnatural to me in that situation. So when some stranger notices this and doesn't push the conversation, no matter what, I can truly appreciate that. And the third thing is authenticity. I love that so many introverts, once they know you better, are interested in deeper conversations and in honest conversations. Personally, I'm not interested in achievements that much or in material accumulations and so forth, but I do really want to know how you're feeling, and I love to hear about the real things going on. Instead of being around in a situation where there is lots of pretending and masking. And I love it when people are being honest and we can really share on a deeper level. There is no need to impress me because I'm already interested in your inner world anyway, more than anything else. I'm interested to hear about thoughts, about dreams, about fears, hopes, hobbies, or just silly things that someone remembered, things about your youth or plans for the future. I'm interested to hear about visions about the world and beyond. I'm also interested in inside jokes and just daily and simple things that somehow matter to you as well. I like the daily, mundane things, the small things. I also don't have to think the same way or agree with someone. I'm just interested to hear something real. And this also goes the other way around. I tend to feel uncomfortable when people only ask me about achievements, status things, grades, and so forth. Other things interest me more, and I'm not here to impress anyone. And I truly just want to be myself and at ease. And as an introvert, I love to listen in general and just being present without immediately jumping to solutions or giving advice or needing to shift the conversation into a positive outcome. I love to simply be present and to listen, that's all. And the fourth thing is observing. I really like that many introverts are observant and that they pay attention to their surroundings. They see different dimensions in the same space. They see details and they feel energies and they even see potential and so forth. And the last thing is doing research. As an introvert, I love to do more research in the things that are important to me or the things that I'm interested in. I like to go more into depth of things, to explore and to think about subjects or certain topics that I find fascinating. And so these were some of the things that I love about being an introvert, and of course there are so many things that I love about extroverts. But today I just wanted to share these things about introverts. And these things, of course, are not exclusive to introverts. They can apply to extroverts too, of course. It's not all black and white or completely exclusive, of course. But they are just a bit more common for people who have an introverted way of thinking, I find. And let me know if you're an introvert too, or if you're more of an extrovert, and what you like about it. And thanks so much for watching. See you next time.